Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER News. I'm Bill Stevenson, and I'm paying penance for not scheduling anchor talent better for the weekend edition. We'll review some of the top stories for this week and a few of your favorites. And we have the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Our top story this week, well, it's about us. iFIBER Communications gathered national attention as being the fastest internet in America. The web publication Gizmodo reported it first, then MSN Money reported on it, and even the SourceFed had something to say about it.
Hi, welcome to SourceFed. I'm Joe Beretta.
Hi, I'm Elliot Morgan.
We were down there.
Let's jump over to some cold, hard internet facts. The national download average speed is 18.2 megabits per second. And the city with the fastest internet in America is the tiny northwestern city of Ephrata, Washington, at an average shattering speed of 85.5 megabits per second.
This is a reality because they have their own fiber optics provider in iFIBER Communications, and that's almost double the 49.9 megabits per second that second place Google Fiber-equipped Kansas City is rocking. Google who? Give me some iFIBER in my diet.
Right?
Yeah, it's diet. It's like a helps you poop.
iFIBER 1 News is owned by iFIBER Communications, and we have plenty of iFIBER in our diet. We're also happy to have such fast internet to help make our jobs easier. Wednesday marked the 12th anniversary of the terrorist attacks of 9/11. More than 3,000 people lost their lives when hijacked airplanes destroyed the World Trade Center and damaged the Pentagon. One group gathered in Sinkayu Square in Moses Lake to remember the events. Here with the story is Vivian Wong.
Signs and flags lined the sidewalk at Sinkayu Square, downtown Moses Lake, to commemorate the 12th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Moses Lake Tea Party co-leader Dave Bolton hopes to hold the rally on September 11th annually.
At the time it happened, I was working for the FAA and I was responsible for air safety. It impacted me very heavily. I sat and watched what happened and cried because there was nothing I could do, and I still get a little emotional about it. And I've worn this ribbon on my chest since that day, every 9/11. I don't believe in letting it go, and of late we've got Benghazi on the same date, so we're here to let people know we remember both.
Hosted by the Moses Lake Tea Party, the rally is aimed to honor the many lives that were lost during the attacks. And Mix, Moses Lake Tea Party co-leader, wants to remind those who might have forgotten the Americans killed in Benghazi.
I've been a Tea Party leader here in Moses Lake, one of the original organizers for several years. And I was also in D.C. when 9/11 happened. I was in the D.C. area living out there. And I had some friends in the Pentagon. And none that I lost personally, but I was there and I saw a lot of what happened in that area, and it was just absolutely devastating, to people. So anyway, I came back here and I got involved in this, and today I especially wanted to get involved because I don't want us to ever forget. It's so easy to forget.
For iFIBER 1 News, this is Vivian Huang reporting.
Thank you, Vivian. A different group gathered in Moses Lake to talk about the future of railroad and the need for a new line in Moses Lake. Reporter Jeff Chu provides the report.
District 13 State Representatives Judy Warnick and Matt Manweller were joined by lawmakers from Western Washington Monday during visits to the ports of Moses Lake, Quincy, and Warden. They were here to learn more about the Port of Moses Lake's Northern Columbia Basin Railroad project. The Port of Moses Lake is lobbying for $4.5 million in state and about $19 million in federal transportation funding for the project. The project would construct a more direct rail line to North Moses Lake and Grant County International Airport, an area with lands for future industrial development. The Ports Jones presented the project's scope and importance.
Manufacturing is working and growing here, and the one thing we don't have is rail capacity. And forgive me, I'm gonna slow down and shut up here because food is on the table. But we talk about wanting economic development in Washington State. We've got world-class corporations, BMW, Boeing, Terex Genie, Moses Lake Industries, all saying to us as a local government, to the state and federal government, give us 12 miles of rail and we'll be more competitive and grow more jobs for you.
Representatives Warnick and Manweller said they were strong supporters of the project.
I think it can only be beneficial because it will create jobs. We just heard that. Both in Quincy and Moses Lake, and I know we're on our way to Warden, and we're going to hear that again.
Well, it's exciting to have people from the west side come over to Moses Lake and hear about our specific rail needs.
Columbia Basin Railroad President Brig Temple was joined by other major Moses Lake Railroad project supporting companies. They included SGL Automotive Carbon Fibers Quality Assurance Manager Karos Hassini, whose company manufactures carbon fiber for BMW auto bodies. Moses Lake Industries President Michael Harvey, whose company manufactures chemicals used in the making of silicon and semiconductor wafers and LCD production used in smartphones and video flat screens, made an impassioned plea for government support of the rail project.
Products, part of our business would probably survive without this, but it would really, really help, not just us, but all these other people. I think if you could get rail.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Thank you, Jeff. Each of the people you see here have warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We'll be right back after these messages with the latest from our iFIBER 1 Weather Center for your weekend.